when I was asked to help and associate myself with this function, I must say it was a very pleasing experience. Not many of us deal with the Constitution in its simplicity. Most of us confront the Constitution as a major task to be addressed and something to be struggled with. Of course, I think it is a dynamic process which goes on from time to time, and I think all of us would agree that the Indian Constitution has withstood the challenge of decades. Well, it isn't centuries so far, but decades we have withstood the challenge, and the Constitution has been able to adapt itself, amend itself, not to the extent of legal legislative amendment, but modify itself to meet the needs of the time. In the current context, I think the book acquires even a greater significance. We are right into the mode of democratic process. Elections are going on and are yet to be concluded. The demand of the Aam Aadmi, I think today the Pappu feature in life or the Aam Aadmi is something which we are addressing all the time. And that Aam Aadmi is what we are trying to figure out with the book. The book, it appears, tries to convey to the ordinary person in a poetic form the meaning of the Constitution in its humane form, in its legal form, in its form of justice. And I think that is something which is very essential, because we, the people of India, have given to ourselves this Constitution to govern and to guide us in this process. And we, the people of India, and we, the youth of India, and we, the current and the future of India, we must all know what India and its Constitution is. In that context, the text of the book, People, the Constitution and its Pillars. And believe me when I say this, I address and participate in a lot of debates. I very gladly put out a proposition here that we might have criticism of the other pillars of democracy. We have criticism of politicians, we have criticism of the legislature. If an institution has withstood challenges, if an institution has stood above other institutions, if an institution has answered the call of others, in fact even today if you ask an ordinary person his belief in justice, aside from delay, I will not possibly condone that part, but delay aside, the belief in a common man in the institution of law and justice, of the Supreme Court, of the High Court, still stands out as a major beacon of progress. And I say this, that even if sometimes there is some difficulty, one always supports the fact that we have an institution which guides, preserves and concerns our national sentiments and our day-to-day lives. I think the rest of these issues will be addressed by our author. I don't know, he might choose to read out some poetry to you from the book, because I haven't so far seen it. I've only been given the book till it is launched. This is the third launch of a book by the author, and I understand that he's been having these scholarly practices for some time, and we hope well. We hope that other books come down the way and we all live up to appreciating and passing on these texts to all the generations today, tomorrow and day after. With this,
इलेक्शन के टाइम आ गया है जिससे कि जनादेश की बात होती है, पार्लियामेंट में लोग पहुंचते हैं, उसके बारे में इन्होंने कितने मार्मिक ढंग से लिखा है। सर्वोच्च जनादेश निर्धारक, बौद्धिक शक्तियों का संस्थापक, आदर्श मूल्य चिंतक, मानव अधिकार और कर्तव्यों का सर्वमान्य नियामक। और जब हमारा भारत शांति के दूत रहा है और हमेशा सुरक्षा की बात कही है, उसके बारे में इन्होंने बहुत बढ़िया से लिखा है। इसमें संविधान सदैव सर्वत्र ज्योतिमान, विश्व सुरक्षा सुख शांति प्रगतिमान, पूजनीय सर्वप्रिय संकल्प सुविचार, करे मानवता अमर समस्त संसार, करे मानवता अमर समस्त संसार। और मेरा अपने की बनाई हुई एक 2 लाइन की पंक्तियां हैं जिसको डॉक्टर झा को मैं समर्पित करता हूं। उसमें मैंने लिखा है, रचा संविधान बना काव्य रूपी पहचान, रचा संविधान बना काव्य रूपी पहचान, मिथिला के पुत्र तूने कर दिया कमाल, मिथिला के पुत्र तूने कर दिया कमाल।